All right, a few updates on the 67. I haven't forgot about it. Been going through kind of a lot lately, separation and everything. But we are back working on it. We still have the 10 work fabrication 52-inch spring swap in the front. Uh, Engine crossmember is the next thing to come next as far as to get everything done. Well, not everything done, but as much as I can. And then after that, Timworks Fabrication is going to be doing the front radiator core support mount in the front and also in the rear. And Timworks Fabrication is also doing the center cross member. For this truck, the center cross member is made for that I'm putting in here is going to be made for a 2-wheel drive, but I'm going to make it work with the 4-wheel drive swap. So I can have adjustable traction bars, which are also going to be going to the rear because I'm going to be using the truck for mostly show and sand drags. So I want to have adjustable rear traction bars for traction reasons with sand drags, which traction most of the time is not an issue with sand, but just in case I take it to the drag strip, which probably ain't going to be likely since it's going to be 6 lug all the way around, 10 bolt and a Dana 44 in the rear, which I hate to get rid of the Dana 60 that's in the rear now, but I have to do what I got to do to have it matching all the way around because Dana 44 8 lug front axle is just too much for the budget right now. I've been going through and welding extra spots in the frame just for that clean look and cleaning up any excess on the frame as far as paint, rust, or anything like that. The plan is that once I get everything done on the chassis, it's going to be painted instead of powder coated. I'm going to hit it with the Rust-Oleum basically primer, and then after that the O'Reilly Special Primer Surfacer, I'm going to paint it with that, and then actually I'm going to base coat, clear coat the frame. I know it's not going to be as strong as powder coat, but I'm trying to do as much to this truck by myself instead of having anybody else do the work. So I want to paint it because painting is something that I know I can't powder coat, and also I don't have and can't build a powder coat oven big enough to paint or powder coat a whole chassis. So after I get the engine cross member, like I said, I'm going to do the radiator cross member, which is right here in the front, which is coming from 10 Works Fabrication. So I still have to cut all this out because all this was welded in, years ago to put the big block in here. And the old school big blocks had like a horseshoe mount that went to the front of the big block. That's the reason why the original engine cross member was cut out, because it was actually cut in two for the big block to sit lower to get the weight as low as possible for truck pulls. And yeah, the original carrier bearing mount that was right here and also center frame mount was just modified so much it was not savable. The whole chassis all along here and also on this side was plated in just like that and like that. So that's the reason why it looks as bad as it does on the inside. Surprisingly, it's not as bad, but all these holes all these holes throughout here is going to get filled in and cleaned up. But the frame is actually going to be replated, and I'm going to plate it in and come straight over to here right before the shackle and come over. But it's going to be replated and fully sealed on the inside to try to prevent rust from coming through. After I get to here, I'm going to take the cab off the back and then do the back side, which those are the leaf springs right there for the back, which is matching for the front because it's 52-inch on the back and 52-inch spring swap on the front. So I got those are 4-inch leaf springs, and with the 52-inch spring swap on the front, it's 8 inches of lift. And I got the 52-inch leaf springs, and I've got 4-inch lift blocks that came with another chassis that I bought. It's a 70s model chassis. Well, no, 80s model. I think it's an 86 model chassis that I had bought. So that the axles, the original axle, the axles that I'm putting in there, came from, but it's just going to be a slow process, but hopefully we can get everything together. Been having a lot of issues with my daily drivers, so I wanted to get back on this sooner, but had to put money into the daily drivers to be able to get back and forth to work. But I have not forgot about this truck. I just finally got my garage cleaned out from my separation. My ex had took everything and piled it up in the garage, got everything cleaned out from that. And hopefully in the next month, I'm going to go ahead and order the engine cross member, which quite a few people, as far as in the family, because this truck's been in my family for a long time, a few people are upset, but the big block, which it's a 366 big block board, 80 over, I believe. Let's see if we can, yep. 80 over, 366 big block board, 80 over, with a one-off cam from Lanati. I hate to say it, but the big block isn't going back in. It's actually going to be an LS-based engine for reliability. So a few people are upset about that, but LSs are reliable, make good power, and I don't know if many people know, but the 366 is kind of hard to come by now. 366 big block only came in dump trucks and some school buses and stuff like that. 80 over pistons for 366 is really hard to find, and it's going to be hard to see. Oh, no, you can see it right down in there is where a valve smacked the piston from where a valve spring retainer broke. And let me see if I can find the valve. Oh. Put it on top of the welder. Slightly bent. But the truck was running and driving when I pulled it into the garage. It was missing. Well, we see why it was missing, but it was running and driving when it was pulled into the garage. So hopefully, with everything as far as life-wise is looking a little better, we can get back into getting this straight, more videos. Also, I've been taking pictures and stuff and uploading to Facebook and doing a little bit more stuff with TikTok. So I may put my TikTok in the description of this video, and it may be more updates on TikTok instead of here. But I'm thinking about doing like a YouTube live or something like that to, and just setting up my computer and setting up the camera in the garage so I can have more videos on this, but it would be more of a live situation than editing or anything like that. Anyways, hopefully everybody's excited as I am, because I am super excited to get this project back going. Well, hopefully y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day. Goodbye.